there are many good examples. Recently, there was a controversy over, I forget, one of the analyst firms who was actually, one of the guys.
Forrester,
that's right.
Blogging, yeah.
That's a good example. I mean, if that person has thousands of followers and they're interested in hearing his or her views, I mean, it's an interesting example of where someone, I think it's foolish for Forrester to stop that, right? Because that's how you develop that brand, and then you continue that linkage.
Yeah.
It is tougher in the B2B context, obviously, because you have to keep that interesting point of view continuing for a whole long while. But I find companies like Hitwise have done a good job. They publish relevant, interesting nuggets that trigger you to go and figure out what they're doing, and that leads to obviously better sales for them, I hope.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it definitely creates a dialogue which can be two-way.
So I mean, and that's the point. I mean, what you're talking about is not so much a Twitter strategy.
Yeah.
It's more of a creating a dialogue with either customers if it's B2C or thought leaders and influencers if it's B2B.
That's correct.
And how do you do that when a lot of companies are still absolutely scared of having an opinion?
Maybe they shouldn't do it then. And that was the challenge for large companies where, first of all, as I said, if you don't have a brand that is honest and true, then probably you shouldn't attempt to do it.
Yeah.
Because, I think...
Then it'd be seen as fake.
It is. Yeah. And, I think the consumer community is very open and vocal about it. And then anytime you try to fake it or try to use it as another channel to spam people, right, there is a lot of resistance, right? I think what makes it interesting is for companies to rethink their whole strategy and make it really consumer-centric, right? And then consumers are happy to participate and develop it for you, but no one wants to ask them, I mean, no one even asks, if you look at most of the surveys, it's self-serving. It's like, tell me, how did I do? How do I look? How do I behave? So that I get my bonus, right? It's not about, how would you have liked this dialogue to happen? Why did we make you wait for 4 minutes? Could we have done something to make it more convenient, And, it's foolish to think that consumers can't tell you how to design that experience.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what is missing in these dialogues. I think in whether it's Twitter or whether it's through blogs, if you're able to invite that opinion, right, you're able to create a much better design experience for them. And I think that's what consumers are expecting now.
And do you think then that the online experience or where you get a sort of dialogue is now much more focused on sites like Twitter, the microblog sites, rather than just posting a blog and hoping people will comment on it?
It seems that way, right? And again, 24 months back, if we had talked about Twitter, I guess we'd have all been too early, right?
Yeah.
So we still can't seem to understand what the next wave will be or how it will happen, right? But it's very clear that the consumers are happy to give instant feedback on things that they see, notice, observe, experience, right? That phenomenon is not going to go away.
Yeah.
Right. The question is whether it's real time or it's delayed.
Yeah.
Right. And what makes it interesting with the mobile phone world is it's in the hands of billions of people. That's what makes it a real force.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if it was not for the mobile phone, I don't think people can do twittering and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, PV, that's great. Thank you very much.